Hello everybody. So good morning. I hope you're having a good day today. Whatever time it is for you, wherever you're at in the world, I hope you're having a good day today. So I'm going to answer a question. It was from my last video, or not my last video, but the one where I was introducing Twinkles and Dinkles, my new little kittens, new cats since Honeybud passed away. So a lot of people, and even over the years too, have asked what I feed my cat. Or I've always had cats. I've had dogs too growing up, dogs and cats. I've had hamsters growing up too, but I know ever since I moved out of the house a long time ago, it's always been cats for me because they're just easier too. But of course we need companions with us too, and animals are here to be our companions and to help us. They're not here for us to do whatever we want with them. So somebody asked, in my opinion, okay? So somebody asked me what I feed my cats. So right now, Honeybud was eating, regular cat food, so dry, hard crunchies, but then at times I would give him fresh pumpkin, I'd give him fresh leafy greens, and he liked that. He really liked pumpkin too, but he didn't have it very often. And I know there's certain produce that you can give your pets, and so this might be, hopefully it won't be too long of a video, but unfortunately I do feed and am continuing or wanting to continue to feed my cats, Twinkles and Dinkles, regular cat food, but more on the more spendier side, better quality type cat food. I know it's not optimal, it's not their optimal diet, but you know, you have to do the best that you can. This is where it's been really hard to do a video like this because, I mean, there's so much to say about it. And so first of all, but yeah, that's what I do and what I am continuing to do. So no, they are not on a raw diet. And I know that's why a lot of animals, our domesticated animals, why they pass away at such a young age is, number one, they're eating foods that's not their natural diet. Hard crunchies are not their natural diet. And of course, if it's not coming straight from the land, it's not their natural diet, right? And same with us humans. Like when we go vegan, especially when we go whole foods and when we go raw vegan, our health improves dramatically. It's amazing. So it's the same way with animals too. So I've always thought about that, but this is where I've seen a lot of other people. I've watched a lot of other videos. I've heard a lot of other testimonies too of people and their pets and even dogs, even though we see them as that they're supposed to be carnivores, you know, actually they do a lot better as on a vegan diet, and they're doing actually very, very well. So now I don't know for sure. Of course, you have your opinions. That is fabulous. That is fantastic. Hold to that hold to that for sure. I know for me, I totally want to feed them vegan, of course, but I am at that rocky point where I just really don't know, because it's that fear. It's that fear inside that I'm, you know, taught over the years that they are carnivores, and they are meant to eat other animals. That would be natural for them if they were out in the wild. That's what they would do. But then that also makes me think of, you know, when you look at the whole scope of it, they're actually plant-based. Everything is plant-based, actually, because when we go back to the very beginning of time, God tells us in Genesis how, you know, all green plants and every fruit with seed in it, it will be ours for food, but even to all the animals of the earth, so will the green plants will be for them as well. And even Dr. Milton Mills, he does some fabulous talks on food, biblical eating, eating our natural diet from a biblical view, and I've done several videos on it. I highly recommend you search him on YouTube, and he'll tell you the same thing too, how you know, even the animals were plant-based vegan before the fall. And you know what, even when we get to Paradise Restored, everything's going to go back to plant-based. I mean, there's going to be no more killing, no more tears, no more sorrow, no more murder. The lion's going to lay down with the lamb. okay? And when you think about it and you really learn as you read through the Bible too, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay, you guys? And as I talk to God too about it, what always gets downloaded to me and what always comes to my realization, even after 13 plus years, it's still the same, that what is happening now is not what God wants. It's not what God wants. It's a fallen life, a fallen world. So there's sin, there's evil, there's murder, there's killing, there's bloodshed and everything. But it's not what God wants. So kind of one of our, lessons here on earth is kind of to, learn that lesson that, we are made in the image of God, so we have love, okay? One of it is love, peace, patience, kindness, okay? Towards all living beings, including animals, okay? And if in the very beginning of time when God created us, he created us to eat plants, why can't you have that now? Of course you can have that now. We're here to bring heaven on earth, make it more like heaven will be, like heaven is, like heaven will be. And when we get to paradise restored, we're going to get to that point where, heaven does not, when you think of heaven, you don't think of murder, you don't think of animal cruelty, you don't think of hurting anything. You think of happiness and peace and joyfulness and just pure bliss and all of that. And that does not include animal cruelty, does not include eating other beings, okay? When you think about it. But anyway, so unfortunately, just like these other YouTubers out there, when they talk about their cats, that they still feed their animals or their pets a regular conventional even meat diet, unfortunately, yes, I still contribute to the destruction out there. It hurts me very, very much, but you can only do what you can do. And this leads me to the next thing. Like, I was thinking, like, if we were, what it should really be like is we would open our doors to the animals, of course. Like the cats, we'd let them come and go. So they go out and catch their own food. We have no part of it. They catch their own food and then they come back when they want. And that's the time where we have all the love and like, oh, how you doing? All that stuff. But they come when they want to come back, and they go out and catch their own food. You let the animals outside, they're going to go start catching their food. All the cats I've had, when I let them outside, I don't do that here in the desert, but that's how I lost Elsie when I first moved here. But they catch mice and then they eat it. So they're catching their own food. And even in your house, the bugs and everything, they're catching the bugs and eating them and everything. So, that's kind of what really should happen. But we have domesticated certain animals too. And then, of course, we have a side of us that we don't want to let them go because we have that love inside. We have love inside of us and we care for them. We don't want them hurt. See? That's another indication that we're not meant to eat animals or anything, or we're not meant to do that. We're just not meant to do that. So that's my thoughts on that. So unfortunately, that's what they are being fed right now. This leads me to another thing. There's a lot of YouTubers actually out there, like I said, that have vegan animals and have been vegan for quite a long time, and the animals are doing wonderful. There's somebody at my work, he's no longer works there anymore, but his dog Chi-Chi actually eats a predominantly plant-based diet, and he has some complications, but those have been improved with more of a higher plant-based diet for a dog too. So, and it's kind of interesting, a lot of people, it's depending on what you have researched, okay? It's what you have researched, what you have found, your conclusions. I think all in all, animals are meant to be vegan as well, even in this sinful life. But of course, I have been taught that animals are carnivores, and I think with the fall that we're in, the sinful life that we're in, there are some animals that have that I don't understand it. This is something we have to go to God and ask him, and I think there's a lot of questions that won't get answered until we get to the other side, until we're face to face with God. I think this is one of those questions too that I have, that you know, why, but you know, Dr. Milton Mills talks about it too, that with the fall, and I mean, to keep the cycle, you know, kind of cleaned up, so to speak, there are certain animals that were turned carnivore to help with that natural process in the sinful life. But prior to it, and even where we're going to with the paradise restored, that won't exist, because everything's going to be paradise, everything's going to be perfect again, and that will no longer exist. So but still, we can make heaven, we can have heaven on earth here, okay? We can make it as close as possible. And for animals, the accounts that I've heard, I mean, it warms my heart. It warms my heart so much. But for my animals, I can't get myself to make that step yet. So I'm not an expert in it. I haven't researched it enough or anything to really change their diet or anything. But I definitely know more of a whole foods, plant-based is better for them. But I know they can eat certain plant foods and stuff. And I know pumpkin is one of them. Leafy greens are one of them too. I know there's a lot of other ones, carrots and peas and everything like that. But I don't know, I just haven't done enough research on it to actually change their diet. So unfortunately, they will stay on crunchies, but more or better quality crunchies. That's the best I can do right now, okay? So again, I'm not perfect. I say that in a lot of my videos. I am not perfect, you guys. I don't live that perfect life. I don't live that perfect vegan life either. I do the best I can with what I know and with what's going on and with what I can do. Okay, so you guys have a fantastic day today. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions on that. I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. There's actually I forgot his name, but they have vegan cats and they're doing just fine. But I know there are certain cats out there who, when they do go vegan, they actually die. And so, but that's not because of the diet. See, it's same with humans, okay? Same with humans. It's not because of the diet. There's a lot of vegans out there that say, oh, it wasn't for me, or I've ran into all these problems because of veganism. No, it's not the diet. There's a problem in the body to begin with. It's not the diet. It's the problem of accessing the nutrients and processing everything. There's a problem beforehand. It's not the diet's fault, okay? So that's one thing to keep in mind, that I always keep in mind too, that it's not the diet. You got to clean up the body, and for certain conditions, you really have to kind of take it easy, and you have to do it kind of right too. Like, and Dr. Loren Lockman talks about it too. There's certain human conditions that, when switching to veganism, certain people have in certain conditions that are certain way along the ways, like, you know, they're progressed so much where you kind of have to take a different approach from it. You have to kind of ease your way in. But a plant-based vegan diet does correct the problem, but we have to come at it at a standpoint a little bit easier and a little bit in a different way to navigate around the problem, to keep going. And the veganism and plant-based actually heals that condition and you get back to normal. So I think it's the same with animals too. So that's just my opinion. All right, I'll stop there, guys. I'm babbling too much. Have a fantastic day today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Remember to love being raw, vegan, plant-based, whole foods, whatever floats your little boats. Just remember to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself the best that you know how. Have a fantastic day today, you guys. I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.